Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Siralim Ultimate. I figured I'd start at the main menu this time just to change things up a little bit, and also I guess to show you the amount of game time that has elapsed since the series began. We are now past 240 hours, and yeah, it's going reasonably smoothly. Not all of that time will have elapsed on screen. Some of it will have been cut out, a small amount, and some of it will have been me just in-game, in between episodes, reading through the gigantic lists of spells, traits, and relics, just brainstorming ideas for what to do with my build. Anyway, we're back into it. Last episode was a fun one. It was a special drunk edition of Siralim. Who knows? Maybe I'll make that a recurring feature, but probably not. All in all, it didn't go too badly, aside from aside from a small bit of confusion where I thought we were done, but actually we had another realm to do. Although I think that confusion was already from a previous episode, so I had already miscounted, and then that error carried over into the next episode. It's easy to do with these false god fights because you have to get the bounty yourself. It's not like the nether boss fights, which happen every 5 rounds on the dot. These ones you have to do them yourself, and so there's always going to be a bit of drift depending on when you started fighting them. And speaking of false gods, we have one to fight in this episode. The false god Imp Impington Reborn. Now, I believe Imp Impington is also a nether boss. Let's what's the easiest way to find a list of nether bosses? Yes. Here we go. Imp Impington, who is, well, he's a main story boss, and then you fight him as a nether boss. You fight him, like all the nether bosses, you fight him twice before you finally unlock guilds. And then when you fight him for the 3rd time, he'll be in his fully buffed form. However, Imp Impington Reborn, the false god, I suspect, is gonna be much more dangerous than that. For our next realm, I'm pretty sure we did do the path of the damned, and I think we have a fortune bonus, so I don't want to go in there and have to forfeit and have to lose my fortune bonus. I'm pretty sure we did do the path of the damned. We haven't yet done the refuge of the magi. If we miss the path of the damned, I'll get back to it next episode, but for now let's jump into the refuge of the magi. We'll have a few things to do. We'll have a master to fight. Eventually we'll have the false god to fight. I don't know if we'll be able to deal with him in this realm. Indeed, I don't know if we'll be able to deal with him with this build, because one thing I have learned, especially with the Hydronox fight, is that I was on autopilot. I forgot to acknowledge that we've seen Zante for the first time in this series. So let's look at his opening dialogue. He says, all men, he's the god of wisdom, the ruler over the refuge of the magi, and he says, all men desire knowledge, but few are wary enough to seize it without unmaking themselves. Are you the exception? And unfortunately, I missed the dialogue that he has when you donate to him, but you can pause the video at the point where I made the donation. You can read it for yourself. In this realm, I believe these red vials will debuff enemies, and we have a really annoying enemy coming close to us. No, it gives us... It buffs us, and it debuffs enemies, and then for one battle we do extra damage. So it would be to our advantage to kind of save them, to save the last one for the big important fight. Although I don't know if 30% damage is necessarily going to help us. This is a difficult collection of realm properties that we have, especially no additional attacks or casts. Really hurts our build quite badly. But other than that, it's fine. Other than that, it's not too bad. What I'm gonna do is, we are arcane, so we could just do Finger of Death, I think. And then this annoying elite has been taken care of, this annoying nemesis creature. And ooh, we're also finding these things where we can buff or debuff the false god. Immune to attack damage? I don't think so. We kind of need to attack. Attacks are a pretty big part of our build. We could give him 50% more defense for only 15% more rewards. I don't think so. I think we just gotta... We can't even back out of the screen. So let's just debuff the false god. We're probably not gonna beat him in this realm anyway, so it's a moot point. Oh, and interacting with those telescope objects gives you favor with the Zante. This one did indeed push us into the next favor rank, and also we have a Pandemonium Shrine right in front of us. Get slightly more favor, slightly more resources from battles. Always nice. What is this gonna do for us? Oh, hey, it summoned a dumpling. Who knows, maybe it'll be a... Maybe it will be a special dumpling, you know, the ones with the special skin, but... how are we gonna do this? Let's start with a Finger of Death. We have Arcane, which means the first time you cast a spell, it won't consume any charges, and then after your action is done, the Arcane debuff will wear off. So if I do something like this... Seems to have worked well. And collecting more and more favor. Wait, what was that bit of dialogue? Okay, there's clearly a realm property that I've missed. So, telescopes sometimes refill spell gem charges. Okay, so you can't rely on them to do that. You can't waste your charges and then grab a telescope, because they might not give you what you need. Once again, Finger of Death. Seems like... Oh, maybe not? Maybe not? Ebony Ant is wasting his arbitration charges. I need to fix that a little bit. Let's do Rabid Dementia, why not? That worked pretty well. I believe this was also another Nemesis creature. Yes, it was. Another one of those has gone down. Ooh, and another one of these. Should I take 3 debuffs? It's such a tricky thing, because 50% rewards sounds great, but I mean, I took it because I'm being reckless, but even though debuffs wear off, and you can speed that process along with, ooh, hey, we've got a treasure golem! That's wonderful. Hey, buddy. What's going on? How's it going? Can we just use... Okay. Can we just punch you? Yes. Once again, the hilarious death sound effects. Not just the death sound effects, but even if you hit the treasure golems, they've got really, really funny sound effects. It kind of goes bleh, bleh, bleh. If you keep punching him, it's really... Well, I find it funny. Maybe that says something about me as a person, that I find humor in the slaughter of this innocent creature. Once again, we get this dialogue, and Zante, the god of wisdom, says, that treasure golem was a friend to everyone and an enemy to no one. You bring great shame to your people. I mean, listen, you're not wrong, Zante, but also think about it. Treasure Golem could have given us the treasure and then fled, right? But instead, he didn't. We had to kill it to get the treasure, so in a way, if you think about it, it's the treasure golem's fault. Yeah. Also, these interactables, they... Hang on, I'm gonna have to look this up. Because there's a... Well, I'll go into the screen, and then we have a bunch of things we can do. There's a specific thing that I would like to get if I can, so let me find this Siralim Ultimate Refuge of the Magi. Okay, so yellow. There was a Steam community page somewhere that had a list of the things you can do at the Refuge of the Magi. Okay, so this one is a okay. So I think red plus pink gives you favor. Red and pink. So we have red, but now we have yellow and green. So I don't think red and green is granite, red and yellow is brimstone. It doesn't really matter what we do. Yeah, we just get a tiny amount of brimstone. Not the best outcome. Ooh, hey, Nether Realm. Nether Realm. Okay, this is annoying. Very annoying. I'm just going to try and rabbit dementia my way out of this fight. And it worked pretty well. Another regular monster that time put down. 20% chance to avoid damage. Why not? I'll take it. Just making life even more difficult for me. Alright, so let's again just try and... Ooh, maybe punching our way. It isn't gonna be the way forward, but I think we can still do it. I think we can still do this. You did attack the correct target, which means you did at least kill someone. And corpse explosions. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my Ebony Ant just wasted all of his arbitration charges. I need to fix that. I need to fix that. I need a way for it to cast on its own, but not that often, because we're healing too often. I just want it to happen occasionally. So once again... Why are these... I was gonna say, why are these guys so tanky? It's because they have the garbage modifier that they cannot take more than 25% of their damage in a single hit, which I just don't think should exist in the game. It just makes fights too annoying. What's the deal with you now? Loses 50% less stats. We're not using stat loss. We should be using stat loss in our build. But because we're not, this, you know, is irrelevant. And we also have the Nether Realm, but before I go to the Nether Realm... Oh, a Nether Stone! Oh, and a really good one too. Rarity of 208. Okay, let's take a look at this. Alright. We get health, attack and defense, health and defense. Though that's fine. Spell gem slots, that's great. Speed, also fine. 6% proficient on damage is okay. Scourge Death on attack. Scourge Death is a spell. Is it a good spell? It was a life spell, I think. Scourge Death. Small amount of damage or massive damage if the target is a death creature. Right? It's interesting. It's interesting. Before I fight that dumpling, I would like to... I was gonna say I would like to have all my buffs sorted out. Okay, here's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna cast Arbitration to get rid of your annoying buffs. Now we'll cast Finger of Death. Now you can cast, I don't know, Reincarnation, make us a little bit stronger. The Duelist is going to do a bit of damage. And the Mimic is confused. I'm a little bit confused as to why that took so long. And I think Rabbit Dementia is the way to go. Okay. And we get that chest as well. One more wandering enemy. Divination Candle. We may come back for that. Ooh, another one of these. Gains 3 buffs. We can take the buffs away by using Arbitration. So that's why I'll do that. And these annoying enemies are all going to be at the top of the timeline. Irritating. But what are you gonna do? Oh, it's the Dreadwhite who's gaining who is gaining health in between basically everybody's turn. That's what's making our... What happened? What did I try to cast? What happened? Why did you... Oh. What? Oh, the spell was interrupted, which is really, really annoying. So, just provoke, please. Now, the spell being interrupted, does that mean we lose the charge? No, we don't. We don't. So now, this should wipe them out. Okay, that's good. Victorious, those annoying creatures have been dealt with. And now the Nemesis portal has... the False God portal has also appeared. Alright. Before we get into it, though, we've got a few things to do. Another buff, repelling. Enemies are frozen. Next battle we deal 30% more damage with... Hang on, why isn't there a master in this realm? Because shouldn't this be a new realm? I don't think we killed the master and then failed a realm, did we? Don't think that's a thing that would have happened. I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is that this dumpling is dead. Gives us a small collection of levels. By the way, these bookcases will give you optional combats. I don't think we gain any sort of combat advantage from doing that. Although, let me just check. We have to look at Zante's blessings. We get more favor from fighting the grimoires in those shelves, but I don't think we get any buffs from doing that, so I'm not gonna get into optional combats. What I am going to do is I am going to go into the Nether realm. Even though I'm leaving one buff behind, it's okay. Okay, is this why we didn't have a master outside? It's because all the masters are inside? Because we have the Elite 3 encounter? Anyway, let's see how we go. We're fighting the Jinn Master. If we succeed, we will fight him again. He's in two places at once. So how are we going to do this? We do not have our attacks. Enemies are also healing every turn. So here's how I'm gonna do this. We'll start out by casting Defile. And now we'll cast Finger... let me see, what does Master of Jinns do? Their spells will be devastating if we allow them to attack. So let's cast Finger of Death on you. And hopefully Blight can carry us through. Maybe not. Maybe not. But what if I do a double cast Rabbit Dementia? Will it allow me to double cast, or will it not? Well, we seem to have beaten this one master. Jinn Mastery now, level 4. Open the chest to the left. Open the chest to the right, and there's the Jinn Master immediately once again. Emphasizing that these are spellcasting creatures. So this time, let's use the macro. Oh, I had the wrong macro equipped. But somehow it worked out. I had the old macro, which was the Rabbit Dementia one. Oops, that's a bit of a misplay. But that's a second master killed. Ooh, and a low-level Netherstone. Our second Netherstone from this realm, which I'm pretty happy about. And let's actually change things around a little bit. Oh no, I need to go to creatures. I need to assign you macro number 3. Now we fight you. Who are you? You are the Familiar Master, who we currently only have 1 mastery rank with. Familiars are studious creatures. They work together for a common cause. often in an effort to better their own research. Sounds very industrious. They're always looking for new ways to power up their spells. Care to see what they've learned? Well, how are we going to start? How about seeing what sort of health levels we're dealing with? So you have the least health. If we had all 5 of our attacks, we could do quite well. So I'll start out using the macro once. And then with turn 2, I will use Rabid Dementia. And this should win. Indeed, it won. So there's that master dealt with. Familiars now at rank 2 and 6 more chests to open. What do we get? Hey, we found a skin. This is gonna be another skin for one of the god spawn creatures, but it's nice that we found it. We do have to find 200 skins, I think, for the last skin collector achievement. But yeah, we're making progress on that, and now the only things left on this map are the optional combats, and, well, there's one emblem that I forgot to pick up. I'll go swing by and get it, and the false god fight, which, again, don't want to be too much of a downer, but which we're probably going to lose. Again, I'm seeing this boss for the first time. Ooh, let's also interact with this. Red and pink. We want red and pink. Let's start with pink, and then we get red. This should give us favor with Zante. Zante would be interested to learn about your findings. 200 favor. Solid amount. And now, ooh, let's even pick this up. Just everything that isn't nailed to the ground. Because if you know that you're heading into a situation where you'll probably lose, you should at least pick up everything noteworthy before you go in. Alright, let's just go for it. Let's see what happens. This, oh my god. This is Imp Impington Reborn. Apparently as a cyborg monstrosity. It's got some bookshelves to the left and right. Let's just go for it. He says, "Hey hee ho, you rat bastard, I'm a god now. Still think you can push me around? Well." So what sort of debuffs do we have? Our Animatus is confused, which means... Which means what? Well, we really should start with Antidote. Alright. So far, it's kind of working. You need to... The Canon of Impington. We need to cast Archangel's Blessing. We need to do it. Well, it says that you miscast Archangel's Blessing. So we confused his right shoulder. I don't know how much that's going to help us. So... with our macro, we should be able to still target the Dreadwhite. I don't think Confusion is going to stop us from doing that. So I'll do that. And then with the... with you, I'm going to cast... It's got to be Archangel's Blessing. It's got to be Archangel's Blessing. And now you are still confused, which is pretty bad. However, and I don't want to miscast Arbitration. So what can we do with this turn? We could just cast Antidote again, which honestly I think is the way to go. But now our Animatus was killed. Why was he killed? He had a lot of health. Was he one-hit killed? Head of Impington. The head kills enemies instantly. And our Animatus was also provoking. So Sinistry is not the way to deal with this boss. Well, Sinistry just isn't working with our build, because I wanted the Dread White to be provoking, but instead our Animatus is provoking, and we definitely don't want stuff like that to be happening with a boss that will instant kill your units. Laser Beam as well is something that, okay, because we're probably gonna lose, let's just try and get some damage done. Why did the head not take damage? Was it prevented by the... It was prevented because we gave the False God a 20% chance of okay. We're probably gonna lose because we're gonna be one-hit killed again. Unless we can somehow waste your turn. Snare? Can we do that? Can we snare you? No, you're invisible. Well, what if I do Arbitration? Are they healing? So the confusion is kind of helping us. And the head is confused, the hand is confused. Now what if, bear with me, what if we cast Blight, Defile rather, and now, oh, we should have cast Arbitration. Oh, but we can cast Arbitration because I think I was Arcane before that. So now we've stolen the Rebirth debuff, which means you are going to come back. The shoulder has done some other garbage, but the Rift Dancer should maybe also come back. Yes, you did come back. Now the Dread White has a lot of health. The question is, can we leverage that health into any sort of an advantage? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use my... We're definitely going to lose this fight. The question is, can we at least learn something about how this works so as to give ourselves a better chance next time around. The lack of extra attacks is really hurting us pretty badly. Additionally, Arbitration is no longer a thing that we can do. Defile is still active. Impending Doom isn't gonna work. Star Pact Wait. Our Centaur Duelist is silenced right now. Our Centaur Duelist is silenced. What if we do Magic Suppression? Then you won't be able to cast spells. But would we want our Duelist to cast something or to attack? I think we'd want him to... I think we need to start doing damage somehow. So let's do that. Yeah, our head is dead. Sorry, our Animatus is dead. Killed by the head. Our... Well... We killed one part of him, and our Animatus came back to life. Our... Alright. Somehow this is kind of working. Now what we need to do in this situation is now we need to cast Arbitration. To take away your Rebirth debuff. Again, we're staying in the fight. Should we Major Resurrect? Should we Archangel's? Let's Archangel's Blessing. Again, let's try our best to just damage something. It would help if we could see how much health remained. Let's just target the head again. So once again, you've got that situation going on. Okay. How are we gonna deal with this situation? I think... Should we Scorn? Should we... So what does this do? This fires a laser at enemies, and I think it does that automatically. Grants current health to all other body parts. I'm not I'll be honest, I'm not sure what that means. What if we just use Rabid Dementia? Give you an extra hit. Or actually no, what? How about we attack and confuse the head? Now, the Dread White finally has gotten a turn. What can you do with your turn? Should we just use Archangel's Blessing again? Or should we use some other spell? I think this time we go with Rabid Dementia. And I think... like, we have to... somehow do damage to something. What does the shoulder do? It casts spells on enemies, which isn't great. Like, the head needs to go. The head absolutely needs to go. I'm just gonna attack the head again. What? Oh no, he had a 20% chance, and he his 20% chance of... You have no charges left. Okay. So what if you provoke an Animatus? Just attack the head, doing more damage. Good hits, but our Animatus is dead again. Our Animatus is dead again. Can we do anything? Well, we can try to bring the Duelist back to life. Animatus... We've lost all our buffs. Can we do anything? Yeah, that's doing no damage at all. The head is just attacking over and over, and I don't know if the instant kills that the head is putting out are subject to being stopped by confusion. Yeah. Just provoke again, and just use maybe we can do enough damage somehow to the head. No, we needed a better start than that. Now you cannot. We have gotten a bit of a lease on life with that collection of resurrections, but we might not survive this stuff that's about to happen. But somehow we're still hanging in there. This time we absolutely have to cast Archangel's Blessing, get our health, and now our Animatus, like, we should, but we cannot. I was gonna say we should cast Arbitration. We have a second Ethereal Arbitration, but I think we have to do some sort of damage to the head. We have to. And we've confused the head. And now we cast Arbitration. Stealing Rebirth once again. Once again, you've killed my Animatus. Okay, this is... Again, I think Archangel's Blessing is the way to go. Somehow, we are hanging in there. How did you dodge? Why would you dodge? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Yeah, let's just do Archangel's Blessing again. Somehow we're hanging in there. Let's cast Finger of Death. And our Duelist got killed, but back to life because of a... Rebirth. We just have to cast Archangel's Blessing again, because we don't have any more major resurrections. No, we don't. Impending Doom, Misery, Antidote, no. Just go for Archangel's Blessing and hope that it gives Rebirth or something. No, it doesn't. But well, we can steal Rebirth back from him. I want to punch him in the face, though. What? Why? Oh, you're silenced. I was gonna use you to cast Arbitration. How is the head still alive? How is the head still alive? How much health do you have? Okay. I feel like we're losing, but I need to do this. I need to hit you. That's a big amount of damage. But nobody is close to dying. Maybe we need to take out the body because it's giving current health to the other body parts. But at the same time, I need to get Rebirth back. So maybe we do... okay, maybe we do... Arbitration, no, not yet. Just do Archangel's Blessing. Maybe we need to change targets. Maybe we need to attack the body. Maybe that's the problem that we're having. That's a big hit, but... So once again... do we use you to attack, or do we use you to cast Arbitration? Let's use you to cast... Major Resurrection on a different target, on you. I think we're reaching the end of the line. Yeah, because now our duelist is dead. Well, I mean... it's still alive, but barely. You provoke. The head killed our Animatus again. You're doing good damage. You're doing really good damage. However, you need to cast Arbitration. And now you just... Finger of Death again? I have no idea what's going on in this fight. It feels like we're losing, but... maybe... we aren't. Need to once again cast Arbitration to keep our Animatus alive. Eventually we will run into the limit of how much we can resurrect. For now we're still... There's another big hit on that. Got another party member alive, only to immediately die. Right, Animatus lost its turn because it was frozen. I really wish you could see the boss health bar, because I don't think fighting a boss, not even knowing how much health it has, is it's a reasonable thing to expect out of a... I mean, I have to attack the body. We're doing such huge hits. Am I doing something wrong? Is there some sort of invincibility going on? Oh, are they... have they been healing this entire time? Okay, yep. Impington has been recovering massive amounts of health because of some sort of healing that he's getting every turn. So that's one thing that's been preventing me from making progress. Alright. I have no idea what happened, but it seems that Blight, once again, is what ended that fight. We've beaten Imp Impington Reborn. The Nether Orb of Nature has appeared, and I should have probably realized, if we go into the battle history, I should have realized that Imp Impington Reborn was recovering health. It says due to a realm Oh no, I completely missed the fact that the heal every turn was one of the realm properties. So this entire fight, I completely missed the fact that he was healing 84% of his health every turn, and the only way we could kill one of his body parts was if we did the entire damage in one go, which was obviously never going to happen. But somehow, we won. I mean, not somehow. We won because we turned that health against them. If we look at what actually did the damage to the boss at the end, it was Blight damage. Head of Impington, 18.6 million damage because of Blight. And then Corpse Explosions did a good amount of damage. That killed the shoulder. Then the body was killed by Blight. Then the other shoulder was killed by Blight. And then finally the cannon was killed by Corpse Explosion. Now we get some chests for our troubles. We cannot interact with these bookcases, however, we can interact with this Nether Orb of Nature. What sort of anointments are you going to give us? That's interesting, but doesn't seem that great. Interesting, but we don't really have same race synergies going on. Same with that. Interesting, but we're not really doing that. Oh, this could be huge. Retention. Your creature's stats are no longer reset after they're killed. I think it's 100% it has to be retention, because if it works the way I think, and we also get a heaping supply of treasure, including a special spell called Ha Ho Ha. What does it do? Target is feared. If it's already feared, you take massive damage. Seems interesting. And 5,000 reputation with the Chaos Guild, which means we gain a tiny amount of some of these stats. And we can buy some stuff at the guild as well. Well, we can no longer interact with that. Okay. So and we complete the realm quest as well. And we can turn in a mission. Well, that was great. I'm sorry guys. I feel like we could have won the fight a lot sooner if only it had registered to me that the boss was healing 80% of its health every turn. Somehow I just blanked on that, and I think part of it was I had this fatalist mentality that we were gonna lose, so I was like, let's just learn how this fight works. That's why I just kept letting turns pass to see what the boss would do, but then when it looked like we could win, I kinda just like panicked and didn't realize what was going on. But fortunately, right before I'm sure we were about to lose the what did I cast? What did I... Oh, the spell was fizzled. Okay. The spell fizzled. Just to attack one of these dudes. That should win us the fight. These books are... I like them as a creature type. Very cool aesthetic. We got 75 favor with Zante. More creatures summoned from this portal. How about we just punch you? Is that a thing? Can we do that? Okay. And we've got more optional combat up here. I'm gonna do all the optional combats because why just leave favor lying around? You know, favor with the gods. So we're gonna go through all of this. Not gonna reach another favor rank because pretty far away, but we'll get close. We'll get close. Ooh, and we got another resource collection achievement. Oh, and this one we're standing in front of what appears to be a spill of some kind, but as it turns out, it's a pack of slimes who were resting, and now they're not happy at having been disturbed. What are you gonna do? Well, how about Rabbit Dementia? Just instantly end this fight? Sounds great. Sounds great. We'll go with you as well. Same flavor text. Same outcome. By the way, this is something that might not be obvious, is that the animators can cast Rabbit Dementia on himself. Now, why would you want to do that instead of just picking a target? It's because you do more damage. So if you're comfortable that none of these enemies are bad targets, then you can cast Rabbit Dementia on yourself and land an even bigger punch. Alright, now are we gonna do Divination Candle? Let's first of all change up your macro to macro number 5. And let's see how it goes. What were we working on? Bard Balladeers are our next target. Let's fight one group of them. Depending on how this goes, we may or may not summon more. So seems easy. So we're gonna summon a group of 20. We're gonna summon 20 of these guys, which means 3 more. And we'll just once again do a bit of a victory lap. And yeah. Hopefully they drop the card. If they don't, they don't. It's fine. We've gotten other good stuff in this realm. I mean, we won the Nether, the False God fight. That's the main thing, but we also had the Elite 3 encounter where you fight 3 trainers instead of 1 and get a large amount of treasure as well. That seems like a pretty solid thing to me. I'm happy that we got that done. I'm also mainly just really happy that we beat Imp Impington. I'm still a little shocked that we were able to do it. And I guess this means that Imp Impington, along with Caliban, is a good fight for this build. Just make sure you read the realm properties carefully. And don't neglect something like the boss healing 80% of its health every turn. Like, I was so mystified. I'm like, we've surely done more than 30 million damage to this thing. Why isn't it dying? Because it was gaining almost all of that health back every turn. I feel silly, although that's kind of mitigated by the fact that we won the fight in the end. Certainly would have felt a lot sillier if we had lost, and then I looked back and realized that I'd made that kind of a blunder, that kind of a mistake. It honestly, you know what? You know the funny thing is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it might have been one of the hidden realm properties. I was gonna say it might also not have been hidden, in which case would have been even dumber for me to not have noticed that. Anyway, you know what? We did it. We beat Imp Impington, and unlike the fight with Kichi, where it was pure luck, this one was a little bit like you always need a little bit of luck in very difficult fights, but it was also mainly like we fought and killed it legitimately. I think we have got 1 or 2 more enemies too. Now, one of them is here, the other one is up there. Okay. Take you down. And I'm not gonna summon any extra enemies on top of this. Ooh! Well, would you look at that. A thing of beauty. We found the card. We found the card. And it was delightful. And we can just leave? Is there anything else on this realm at all? Well, there's that thing over there, but that's not even worth picking up, so let's just leave. Ooh, we've got the Granite Collector achievement. Ooh, and also, we are at 28%. I just got the pop-up on Steam. I'll confirm it for you by going onto this screen. And you can see we have 28% of all the achievement points. Now, in most games, it would almost seem like the game making fun of you for an achievement to pop up for getting 1% of the game. You'd be like, hey, like you know, sarcasm almost. Like, hey, good job, you beat 1% of the game. But in this game, there's so much to do that each 1% is legitimately a significant accomplishment. So each 1% that you get really is an achievement worth commemorating. Anyway, before I forget, like I've done a couple times in the past, let's immediately start another Keyforge mission. Let's also see how the prophecies are coming along. None of them require us to do missions. We're almost done with those. Buried treasure might take a while. We do need to do another pilgrimage mission, which must already be in motion because it's not part of this list, so we'll just do another Keyforge. Sounds good to me. What else? Oh yeah, we need to fix up our anointments. I want to do it now before I forget in the next episode. So we need to unequip this one. Sinistry, it's not really working out for me. Because our Animatus ends up provoking, but he ends up doing it really early on before his stats have built up properly. Which means he ends up getting killed before he can scale properly, although maybe in combination with the other one that we unlocked, this one, Retention, maybe with this it wouldn't be so bad, because if our Animatus does end up getting himself killed via Provoke, at least he won't lose his stats. So this could end up being huge for us. Other than that, I think we're done. Oh, hang on. Let's take a look at this Nature Guild, because I have a feeling... No, not Nature Guild. No, what was it? The Chaos Guild? Yes, it was. Okay, so let's take a look at our bonuses. We're getting a very trivial amount of attack damage, critical chance, critical damage, but you know what? It's a bonus we're getting for free, so let's just be happy that we have it. And let's see if there's something that we need to buy. We can buy this Carver creature, this... You know, because we have so much brimstone, let's just buy everything. including this spell. And you know what? Even a table and a chair, why not? So we've got a couple other creatures added to our bestiary, ready to summon. And next we have to fight, we have to summon another boss. Now, this is the least useful for this guild. This is just generally good, plus good for our build as well because of stat boost effects. We still need to actually get reputation level with the sorcery guild. So you know what? Before we go on, let's not just yet. We'll start building up reputation once we've seen all the false gods in action. For now, any reputation we get is almost a bonus. So let's seek a new bounty, starting with you. We've beaten you, had a very difficult time with you, but let's just go with Jotun. Jotun? And let's see how this goes. And I haven't been reading this flavor text, have I? I'll read it for a Jotun, and then we'll read it from then on. And then when we fight these gods again, if I haven't read it the first time, I guess I'll read it. You know what? Let's read the text for all the gods, because there haven't been that many so far. The Caliban suffered defeat at the hands of the ruler of Siralim. He can never be truly killed. I think I might have read this one already. The effects of the nether orbs grant Caliban power beyond imagining and everlasting immortality. It's only a matter of time before he fulfills his ambitions to unite Rhodia under a new ruler. Good for him. Hydronox once lived deep in the oceans of Rhodia before it stumbled upon the nether orb of sorcery, which transformed it into a massive sentient menace, and it now stalks the earth in search of prey. Imp Impington Reborn, after suffering countless defeats at the hands of the ruler of Siralim, Imp Impington managed to obtain the nether orb of nature. With naught but vengeance on his mind, Impington has used the nether orb to ascend to godhood and exact revenge on his arch nemesis. Jotun, the last of his kind, and will also be our next target, sought to resurrect his people with the help of the nether orb of nature, a relic that his clan believed to be the heart of their god. After journeying around Rhodia for many years, he finally acquired the nether orb, but instead of reawakening his clan, the orb aroused an insatiable bloodlust in Jotun that cannot be quenched. Sounds quite menacing indeed, but we are going to pick a bounty with you. And we'll find you at Realm Death 4 a quadruple Nelson. And yep, we've got one more realm and then another boss fight. Ooh, and but we have extra traits. But we'll see if that's a decision for next episode, whether we want to deal with extra traits. For now, I think it is time to draw things to a close. Very successful episode. We beat Imp Impington. Arguably, I didn't deserve to, just because of the rookie mistake I made by not reading the realm properties and giving the boss so many extra turns for no reason, because he just kept healing over and over again. Nonetheless, once I clued in to what was going on, we beat the boss, and I'm really happy about that. And also, we found a card. And also, we beat the Elite 3. And also, we found a couple nether stones. So, by every possible metric, didn't we also have a treasure golem and a dumpling? It seems so long ago now, but I think that also happened in this realm. So, by every possible metric, this episode was a success. Everything we touched turned into gold, and if only If only all episodes could be like this. But anyway, that is gonna be all for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you didn't get too frustrated, because I'm sure there will have been other people who noticed that the realm had healing as a property, and if you were yelling at your screen the entire time, I don't blame you. But you know what? Eventually we won, and I hope that despite that you were able to get some enjoyment from this episode. And yeah, we had a good time, and hope you will stick around for the next episode as well. And until then, take care.